What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about what I learned from Tinder and the big business takeaway that I learned from creating a Tinder account and how you can implement this in your business and how it's drastically changed mine. So I'm going to jump over on my computer and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So I just recently got a Tinder and I went on there, started adding photos like anyone would do. And I saw this option underneath on my screen. It says Smart Photos. So you can turn this option on and off. And it says Smart Photos continuously tests all your profile photos and picks the best one to show first. So whatever your main profile picture is, it switches between, let's say you have 4 photos, switches between all 4 and tests which one you get the most likes on. So let's say 100 people view you on one and 3 people like you. And then 100 people view another photo of yours and 10 people like you. Well, it's going to put the one where you're getting more likes on because it thinks more people like that photo in general. So like anyone else on Tinder, I went and I took some pictures. So I tried to find what pictures would do the best of me. And don't worry, I'm not just going to be showing you my Tinder profile. This is going to have to do with business, but I got to show you this part first. So here's the first photo. I tried to do the douchiest picture I could possibly make. So me sitting on an Aventador, holding money and kind of flexing. I don't think it gets much douchier than that. My face even looks really douchey. And you can see my small calves. I don't know how it gets more douchey than that. So I decided to do that one because, come on, that's going to convert, right? And then we have picture number 2 here, which is me looking at a baby. These are a little softer, you know, trying to get on the playful side. So we have me smiling with a baby because girls like babies. We have me with my dogs because all girls like dogs. So it's kind of like cheating with these photos, I feel like. And then we have to include this. This is my driver's license picture from when I was 16 with... Was that a bowl cut? That's kind of a bowl cut, but worse. I don't know. It's probably better than my haircut today. That's why I wear hats. But we could use those 4 photos. That really has nothing to do with the video. I just wanted to show you guys that because it's funny as hell. So what the whole idea is behind all this is you have you have multiple different pictures, and the whole idea behind it is testing which one does best. And this kind of got me thinking, okay, you can split test on Tinder. That's so funny. It's not something I would have ever thought. But the idea of split testing is pretty much one of the main driving factors behind any successful business. When it comes to split testing, you don't know what's going to work until you test it. Now, you might have some good ideas of what has worked in the past, what works now, what you think looks better, but a lot of times you don't know until you test. And that's the same thing with anything. You don't know the outcome until you do it. So with split testing, what this whole thing taught me on Tinder is you have to do the same thing in business. You have to test different things, whether it's different website pages, whether it's different images, whether it's different headlines, different layouts. And there's so many different things you can test. Now, I want to show you an example of how this impacted my business. So I want to show you an example of a split test I did. So these are the 2 exact same pages with only one thing different, and that is the headline. So we have this page right here. It's just an opt-in to a free training or a webinar. And then we have this page here. Pretty much the exact same thing. The top is a little different, but the headline is what I want you to focus on. Everything else, the copy, everything else is the same for the most part. Just focus on the headline because that is the main difference here. So we have this first one, which I tested. Now, how you test is you just drive traffic to it, and you need something to track. So you know how many opt-ins you're getting because they click this button. A pop-up comes up. They select a date and a time, put their email in, click register. And once they do that, I know they have opted in. So that's my whole goal on this page. So we have the first headline here. It says, Amazon's growing incredibly fast. Are you selling or buying? Exclusive training reveals the secret to successfully selling Amazon without needing a massive budget. And this one is slightly different. This one says the 5-step Amazon system that repeatedly finds me insanely profitable products to sell on Amazon without a big upfront investment or any e-commerce experience. So slightly different angles. I'm taking different approaches to see which one resonates with people more. Which one are they more interested in and want to learn? Same exact training, same exact everything else. That is the only difference. So I ran this for about a month, and let me show you what the results were. So right here are the results from the first one. So you can see we had 5,000 people, so unique people, visit that site. So we had 5,000 people go there. Now we tested the same traffic. This was organic traffic. This was not paid traffic for this particular test. So this tool is called Improvely as well. If you guys are interested, that is one of the tools I use to track everything. So I had 5,050 people visit that page you saw. And I had 1,166 of them opt in. That is a 23.1% conversion rate. Now you're going to see visits and goal conversions, and the reason those are different is 50/50 and 1166 are unique. The others are just totals, and we want unique. So 23.1% conversion rate. So that was for this page. Those are the results. It had a 23.1% opt-in rate. Not too high, not very good, pretty much average there. Now, this second page right here with the different title, 5-step system, blah, 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 etc. This one, because has more traffic, has about double the traffic because this has been running longer now because it converts better, but it had 10,417 people visit that page, and we had 4,066 people opt in. That's a 39% conversion rate. So 39% of all people who visit that page opt in. Now, that's almost double the last opt-in rate. And what you guys have to think about is, let's just say the first one was 20%. We'll just say the first opt-in rate is 20%, and this other one we'll say is 40. That is double. In the end, these free trainings, these webinars, at the end of the webinar, they get an offer for a course, which is $500. Well, let's say they buy that course. We'll just say 5% of all people that opt in bought that course. Well, if 20% of people opted in versus 40, the 40%, I'm doubling how much I make just by testing different things like headlines, images, the layouts on pages. And there's so many different little things you can test, but you really have to test one thing at a time. I wouldn't want to test two completely different like entire pages or offers at the same time. I want to test little things at once. Now you can do two in general if that is the only thing. I like holding all things constant except for one thing. So whether it's an image, it's a title, it's the color scheme, it's how the page is laid out. There's a ton of different things. What color the buy button is. There's so many different things. And this doesn't matter if you're in the influencer space, you're doing e-commerce, affiliate marketing, it does not matter. There's split tests for anything. So like if you're selling on Amazon, what your title is, which title converts better. Maybe if you put certain keywords earlier, certain keywords later, change how it's phrased. Maybe you change your description, different things, and test that. You can do it with Shopify as well. Test those things. Test your images. See which it converts better, because you can see that information on the back end, whether you're in Amazon or Shopify or your own website like this. It doesn't matter. There's so many different things you can test, and it can make a world of a difference. So let me use these numbers as an example for you guys. We'll say on the first one, we have that 20% conversion rate. We have 1,000 people opt in, and we'll say 10% of them buy. So that is 100 people buy, and we'll say it's $500 again. So that's $50,000 right there made from 10,000 people. Well, what if my conversion rate was double that? What if it was 40%? Well, then I'd have 2,000 people register for that, opt in, and then I'd have 10% of that. So 200, and I would have made $100,000. So that slight difference can mean a big difference later on. If I doubled my opt-in rate there, that means in theory I doubled my purchase rate, because double the amount of people are still seeing the sales page. And if that conversion rate's the same, which it should be, then that means I just doubled the amount I'm making just from changing a couple things, split testing different things. Now, this is a big jump, 25 to 40%. That's a big, big difference. Usually you don't see it with that small of a change. Usually that's an entire page layout or how you angle something. So there's different ways to go about it, but this was almost like different angling. So with these pages, you had one where it was more general and it was kind of less salesy, where it says Amazon's growing so fast. Are you selling or buying? Here, learn how to do this. Well, the other one is like, here's this 5-step system to find insanely profitable products. It's more aggressive. It's a little more salesy, and it's almost more enticing. It's just different angles. You have to know your audience. And usually you don't know until you test. And a lot of times, weirdly enough, what you don't think will do well will sometimes come out and do the best. And I've noticed this a lot with ads. A lot of times when I make ads and I'm like, this is the dumbest ad I've ever made, but you have to try different things. it usually does very well sometimes. It really depends. And you really don't know until you test. And if you haven't figured out, that's the theme of this video. Test things. You can't just try one thing and be like, oh, nope, that didn't work. Okay, I'm done. And that kind of goes hand in hand with people trying different things, whether you're trying Shopify, Amazon, affiliate marketing, whatever it is. I see people go and they're like, oh, nope, I tried one product, it didn't work, so I'm done. I'm like, did you change your title at all? Did you try your images? Did you change this or try this? And they didn't even do that. They're just like, no, I put it there and it didn't work. You have to test different things, whether it's trying different things, whether it's things that are headlines and titles, whatever it is, you have to test different things. And that is what I found funny enough on Tinder. I just thought it was so funny that I had to make a video explaining this and relating this to split testing, because I never thought I'd see the day where an app like Tinder would have split testing. You're almost split testing yourself. So maybe I think that douchey picture is going to do great, but maybe my ID picture does better because I look less douchey. So I don't know. It depends. You have to split test. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here, make sure you smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.